The girls followed him into the dungeon, trailing behind. Haru noticed, brushing them off with a lie. "I'm after a different ring." Then he vanished inside. But fate was cruel. A trap triggered beneath him, sending him plunging downward. The class rep tried to save him, but fell as well. She clutched for him, but Haru used magic to soften his landing, leaving her behind as he pressed forward. Opening his status, Haru saw the list of new skills he had gained. Testing 1. Awareness kill. He sensed the dungeon stretched 10 floors deep. Deeper he ventured until he stumbled into a chamber thick with dark mana. What is this place? From the shadows, a skeleton emerged. Haru unleashed his skills, but then froze. The creature's status revealed itself, level 100. Far above, the others whispered in fear. "There's a dungeon emperor here. Every monster serves beneath it." Their voices trembled. If that's true, Haru might already be facing it. And they were right. Below, Haru clashed against the Dungeon Emperor itself, blades flashing in the darkness. Every strike he unleashed was dodged, every trick countered, yet he refused to stop. The true battle had only just begun. Haru's blade clashed again and again against the Dungeon Emperor. No matter how fast he moved, the skeletal monarch sidestepped effortlessly, countering with crushing blows that hurled him back across the chamber. "My stamina's dropping," Haru realized, sweat stinging his eyes. The monster, meanwhile, fought as though fatigue meant nothing, unshaken, eternal. He lunged once more, using every ounce of speed he had, but the Emperor simply caught his strike, pressing its blade to Haru's neck. Yet it did not kill him. From its bones, shadows bled. A dark mana that writhed like smoke. Haru's eyes narrowed. So that's what sustained you. He reached out, channeling his own skill, and drew the dark mana into himself. The skeleton trembled, dropping its sword. Its hollow eyes seemed almost relieved. Instead of striking, Haru embraced the fallen warrior. "You're not alone. I won't let you die this way." A sudden surge of energy flared. One of Haru's skills activated on its own, binding the skeletal emperor as his servant. Haru staggered back, stunned. What the hell just happened? The next floor opened before him. A colossal armored knight barring the way. Haru's heart sank. Another fight like that, and I'm done for. He tried blasting an escape hole upward, but what fell through chilled his blood. Minotaurs. Dozens of them, each level 99, eyes locked on him. Then, chaos. The monsters crashed down onto the knight, tearing both apart in their frenzy. Dust settled. Silence. Haru blinked. That worked? Laughing nervously, he equipped the massive armor the knight had worn. It shifted, shrinking, molding perfectly to his servant's skeletal frame. And then, it reshaped further. The servant's form shimmered, revealing a woman beneath the armor. So my skeleton king is a lich queen. Elsewhere, the class rep fought her way down, reaching floor 50. Opening a gate, she and the others were met by a towering beast that attacked without mercy. Their screams echoed as the scene shifted. Haru, meanwhile, had reached the upper 90s of the dungeon. On floor 98, a colossal monster loomed before him, immune to both blade and magic. His first strikes bounced harmlessly off its hide. "I can't beat this." He thought of retreat, but the creature lunged. Instinct roared through him and he struck with everything he had. To his shock, the monster collapsed. Step by step, Haru ascended. Floor 95, floor 99, and then another level 100 foe, this one wreathed in shadow. Its strikes came not only from its claws, but from a demonic sword that flew at him independently. The blade nearly skewered him, until the Lich Queen intervened, casting divine magic that shattered its curse. Together, master and servant struck as one, felling the giant at last. Far above, the class rep and her party struggled. Their monster pressed them to the brink, and one by one they faltered. The nerds cursed. "If Haru were here, this would be different!" The creature's next strike sent the class rep flying, bloodied. Shimazaki alone held it back, screaming, "Do something!" "I can't hold it forever." At the last moment, their desperate plan unfolded. One warrior lunged, only to be crushed. But in that distraction, an arrow pierced the beast's heart. It collapsed. The survivors cheered weakly, though the rep's gaze turned upward. "Haru! We're coming!" But deeper below, Haru sensed something worse. The entire dungeon shuddered. Every monster within began converging, as though summoned. Outside, guards watched in horror as rats poured from the dungeon mouth, followed by endless waves of beasts. The guildmaster paled. They're all being driven upward by the true boss. Panic spread. Villagers were ordered to flee. The guildmaster's voice hardened. The only way to stop this is to slay the dungeon's ruler. Mary trembled. Haru can't. He's useless, right? But orders were clear. She would be sent to him to deliver the message, slay the dungeon's core, or watch the world fall. Below, Haru entered another chamber, one filled with spiraling water tornadoes. Within them, schools of razor-finned piranha circled. They struck in a frenzy, forcing Haru back. Before he could be overwhelmed, the Lich raised her hands, unleashing divine light that obliterated the swarm. "Nice save!" Haru panted, then froze. The water rose. From its depths, a massive shadow surged upward, the Piranha King. Its jaws snapped shut around Haru, dragging him into the whirlpool. The Lich cried out, but Haru burst free, leaping atop the water's surface. Channeling earth magic, he solidified it beneath his feet. And then, smirking despite the chaos, he began to surf across the waves, charging straight toward the king. Haru finishes the fight with the Piranha King in one clean strike, a headshot that ends the battle instantly. Later, he gifts Angelica, the Lich, some rare treasures, and to his surprise, they transform her back into a beautiful human form. Meanwhile, Class Rep and the others are still struggling against wolf-type monsters, exhausted but pushing forward, determined to reunite with Haru. Haru soon reaches the fiery 24th floor, a furnace filled with lava. The heat is unbearable, but Angelica saves him from a deadly trap just in time. Using his wind magic, Haru creates a way to cool himself and push forward. That's when Class Rep finally spots him, and Marielle warns him of the second monster wave approaching the village. Only Haru can stop it. Reluctantly, he agrees, and with Angelica by his side, begins to fight wave after wave of monsters. Together, they freeze reptilian beasts, collect rare items, and battle an owl monster whose powers nearly put Haru to sleep. Angelica carries him when he falters, proving her loyalty. At the same time, Class Rep's group struggles desperately against a near-immortal level 100 monster, until Haru arrives just in time. Using the items he gathered, he weakens the beast, and Angelica strikes the final blow. The team celebrates, but the ground collapses beneath them, leading to the terrifying arrival of the third wave. With the village under threat, Haru finally reveals his plan. Angelica unleashes her hidden dungeon boss powers, erasing countless monsters in one overwhelming strike. Everyone is stunned, but Haru calmly explains. Angelica may have once been the dungeon's boss, but now she's their greatest ally. The group begins to celebrate their victory with excitement. In the next scene, we see Haru calling Class Rep and the other girls over. As they enter, they notice a large collection of rare items. Haru tells them that he knows how valuable these items are, but instead of keeping them, he plans to share them with everyone. Hearing this, the girls quickly pick out what they need while the boys quietly sit aside watching. Haru notices that everyone now has proper equipment and feels relieved. At least now, they'll be much safer. Still, his mind focuses on one person, Angelica. After all, she's new to the group and important to him. Soon after, Angelica is introduced to the others. She sits quietly, almost like a doll, which surprises the girls. They wonder why she doesn't speak much, even asking if she might be mute. When asked her age, Angelica nervously replies that she's just 17. Seeing her discomfort, Class Rep holds her hand and reassures her, "Don't worry, we'll help you." Just like Haru did. Later, Class Rep takes Angelica to help her freshen up. As Angelica removes her shoes and begins changing, everyone is shocked to see that she's not a skeleton at all, but a human girl and a beautiful one. Meanwhile, Haru relaxes in his room, reviewing the many new skills he has earned. By morning, he tells Class Rep that he's heading into the forest and invites Angelica to join him. She agrees, which surprises Class Rep. Though she feels a bit jealous inside, she hides her feelings and lets them go. In the forest, Haru begins testing a new ability called the Shift skill, which makes him move at incredible speed. However, he loses control and nearly falls into a ravine, only saving himself by using his airwalk skill. Back at his home, Haru relaxes in a bath and casually tells Angelica to join, thinking she couldn't since she was once a skeleton. But when she enters, he's shocked to see her appear as a beautiful young woman. Embarrassed, Haru quickly looks away. He then tells Angelica, You're free now. You don't have to stay with me if you don't want to. Hearing this, Angelica becomes emotional and hugs him, showing her trust. Their bond slowly grows deeper. They continue training together, testing new abilities, sharing meals, and even helping each other during small battles. At one point, Angelica surprises Haru by giving him a massage, showing her care in her own quiet way. As they spend more time together, even sitting under the open sky at night, their connection strengthens. By the time they return to town, everyone notices how close they've become. Some even tease them, saying they look like a perfect pair. Haru then tells class rep, "I trust you. Please take care of Angelica," before preparing to leave again. But just as he's about to go, Angelica, for the first time, speaks up and says softly, "Wait." Haru is stunned, realizing how much she's opened up. In his thoughts, Haru reflects, "In this world, everyone faces struggles. Everyone has secrets. And yes, sometimes people feel lonely, but that doesn't mean they're truly alone, because there will always be someone willing to stand beside them." And with that resolve, Haru sets out on his next journey, ready to continue exploring this world. Thus, this season comes to an end. If you enjoyed this recap, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts about which moment you loved the most. More amazing anime recaps await, so stay tuned for the next adventure.